Hey folks, welcome back to this segment of the Legends of the Outdoors TV. Hey Joe, boy, we've got a couple of exciting guests. Guys, we're talking about Tommy Garner and Les Smith. Les is from down here at Como, Mississippi. He's been our gracious host for the last couple of days. Thanks for being on the show with us. And Tommy, it's always a pleasure to have you on the show. You know, you and I went out and chased some turkeys, and these two gentlemen went fishing, which, you know, kind of made me jealous a little bit.
Me too. They're a little bit more successful.
Folks, come on back for the next segment of the Legends of the Outdoors, and we'll be back with some more with Tommy Garner and Les Smith right here in Como, Mississippi.
5 a.m. can't come soon enough for folks like these. There's more than just a job to do, so they hit their knees. They sure take pride in everything they do. And there's no challenge that they won't work through. So they tirelessly keep going on. They work their fingers to the bone. They spend way too much time in the field and away from home. You can be sure they know what all this hard work is for. So now we honor you as legends, legends of the outdoors.
Hey, good morning, guys. Hey, I'm Les Smith. We're here on the beautiful lake of Sardis Lake in Mississippi, one of the big four. I'm with my good friend, Tommy Garner. Tommy, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing all right.
Man, good deal. Tommy's, well, actually one of the senior directors or on the board of directors with Legends.
Senior board member
There
with
you go.
Legends of the Outdoors National Hall of Fame.
I mean, you've been on that thing, what, 20 years, I guess?
Yeah, I think 19 or 20 years.
Oh, wow.
So they let me hang out and let me go fishing every once in a while and duck hunt. But thanks for letting me come out and hang out on Sardis Lake with you down here.
Oh, absolutely, buddy. We're going to be doing a little technique today. You know, everybody kind of knows me as a power troller, and we're going to do kind of what I call a step-down version. Still going to be power trolling. We're spring fishing here. It's a spring spawn. These fish are moved into a little bit shallow water. We're fairly close to the bank here. We're going to be fishing in probably anywhere from 10 to 12 foot of water today. Generally, I'll have my big power trollers and 3-ounce weights, and I'll be running all over the lake about 90 miles an hour. But today, we've stripped down. We're using these B&M PSTs, man, and in my opinion, one of the best all-around poles in the industry today. And I'm going to show you we're running these crappie magnet slab curlies. And I'm going to tell you one of the things that I'll tell folks this time of year. They think they got to have minnows. Mm-hmm. You don't. Minnows are overrated. We're going to show you today that all we've got on is these little slab curlies.
Well, you know, I'm a hillbilly, and I'm Clearwater fisherman up in North Arkansas. And so this is new to me, you know. This is the watershed lake, you know.
Well,
so you're going to educate me, okay?
Well, worst case scenario, I can just bump you overboard if you're not doing a good job.
I can swim pretty good, you know.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to unhook all these baits. Pretty easy setup right here. I'm just turn them, undo them just like that. I've kind of got them set to where I can get them out pretty easy. And I'm going to set all these poles out, and we're going to see if we can catch a big old crappie. Fish on. Fish on. That was quick. Ooh, pretty good fish. He's hooked pretty good, Tommy. Let me see if we can get him in here. There you go. Big old Sardis slab. That was quick. That was quick. Look at that slab curly in there, boy. Who thinks you need a minute for spring fishing on Sardis Lake? Look at that. For a nice fish start the morning now. My goodness, what was that? 1 minute into the if it was that much? Yeah, look at that big old pretty fish.
Hey folks, I want to introduce you to a brand new product created by my friend Steve Mosley. Steve, BioPro Green was created by you. Tell us a little bit about what it does and why.
BioPro Green is made from a specialized group of products that helps enhance your food plot. It increases the protein, it increases the biomass, and it will help draw wildlife to your food plot.
BioPro Green will enhance your food plots and help bring wildlife to your properties. Man, we've got two of the most wonderful people here with us.
We really do.
Terry Peterson and his daughter Cheyenne. Of course, two of my favorite lights is the hat light that you're wearing,
Right.
and this mammoth light right here. Now there's something special about this light.
Well, everything is a lifetime guarantee and never replace a battery, never buy a battery again. And they're solar powered. It also has the USB ports that are in and out, so you can put power in with your cell phone charger, and also then it's a power bank to charge your cell phone. Use the best quality ingredients to get the best product out of it.
Out there on these poles, I got a bead between that second and third eye out there, and I heard that fish when he hits. Can you hear that? Well, I don't know. Hear that bead?
No,
out
really
there?
don't.
All right.
I don't
Well,
hear
anyway, that's one of my techniques where I can kind of hear it. I just heard one hit. Where did he hit? Tom? There he is. There he is. Fish on, Tommy. Fish on, Tommy. All right. Yes, sir.
Look at that,
See,
man.
I heard that bead.
Yeah.
And so I said I heard him. Look at that big old fish.
Isn't that pretty?
Isn't that a pretty fish? Yeah, a little bit better than the other one. Look at that. Look down in that mouth right there at that slab curly. And people think you have to have a minnow fishing, spring fishing this time of year. Look at that right there. Slab curly. Man, if it gets any better than that, I'd like to see it. Yeah, and there, big old pretty Sardis fish. Pretty fish. Good. Yeah, we got to get your side to cooperate over there.
You know what? I'm just fine just the way it is. I'm not hard to please when it comes to
So you'll be a good hay boy, good hay boy today.
Yeah,
Huh?
yeah.
Well, I mean, that's just right into the fishing trip today. And already 2 good slabs in the boat.
What a great day to be alive and well.
Thank God for that.
You know, Les, I had to spend quite a bit of time in Los Angeles, and it was more than I could stand. And the more time I spent there, the more time I was determined that I was going to spend more time like this. You know, I'd rather be here than I had be anywhere in any big city in the world.
Well, I'll tell you, when you're out here on the water like this and you see that sunrise and you're with a good friend, and hanging out, enjoying fishing, and I'm a troller. I love to troll, and this is my way of fishing. I haven't gotten into the live scopes and all that sort of stuff, and this is the way I like to do it. But it's just that anticipation, knowing what you got on, not knowing really what pole's gonna strike, and just a fun way to fish, man. And you got a fish on right there. Get him, Tommy. Get him, Tommy. Good boy. Get that fish up. Bring him toward the boat here. That rod tip up. Oh, good fish, Tommy.
Thank you.
Hey, strip out a little line right there. There you go, buddy.
Yeah, that was a new one. A new one on me here. I'm lost. Where are we? Help!
That big old fish.
That is my first Sardis Lake slab. Thank you, Lord. I'm very pleased with that, and thank you, Les. That is just awesome.
Look at that. There you go. Look at that slab curly in there, boys.
Yeah.
Minnows are overrated, aren't they, Tom?
You don't need money to catch fish. I mean, you know, you just don't.
Save that 30 bucks. Look at that. Man, what a pretty fish. I felt, oh, there he is, there he is. I told you I felt him.
Boy, that's a good fish too.
Huh?
Good
Yeah, I
fish.
told you. I think he's hooked pretty good, Tom. I'll get him in. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Trick or treat, Fred, trick or treat. Who's gonna go fishing without them crappie magnet slab curlies, buddy? Boy, he is right on that line. But in Mississippi, you better be safe and sorry. So we're gonna chunk him, let him grow up. He'll be ready to catch here in a couple of months. Now, see, I felt that one, Tommy.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, the fine tuning the technique makes a difference between catching some fish and catching a lot of fish.
Absolutely. Well, it's just things that my dad taught me over the years, and I'm going to tell you, I know these boys fish with a lot of different trolling rigs, but this is Driftmaster, but it's contoured to fit the front of this boat, and it's one solid bar. And that's the reason I like being able to sit here. You can feel those fish. I can feel the fish on your side. So if you and I are talking, not paying attention, I can say, get that fish, you know? And, but it handles heavy weights. I mean, you could put you could put anything you wanted on that bar right there. But Driftmaster is, in my opinion, the best rod holders on the market.
Hey Abby, I want to tell you about a really neat contest that we're running on Legends of the Outdoors TV for our sponsor, Hybrid Lights. Anyone that's watching our show after episode 6 can go on hybridlight.com and say, I seen the light or I found the light. Every episode, we're going to have a hybrid light somewhere in that episode. And when you see it, you click on hybridlight.com and tell them that you've seen the light and where you seen it at. And that will automatically put you in for a contest where one winner will win a great box full of Hybrid Light products.
Wow, everyone's is lucky.
They are lucky, and I tell you what, this is some of the neat products. You can charge your phone with these.
Wow.
They charge, most of their products charged by solar or through plugging them into the wall through a USB port or just a straight plug. So hybridlights.com, click on it and find out all about the Legends of the Outdoors TV. I found the light.
Trick or treat, when the water clears up a little bit, is it still going to be effective, or do you need to back off of it a little bit?
You know, Tommy, great question. They've got some of the best looking colors on the market today for crappie fishing. Now, these are some of the newer colors that we designed. This is Trick or Treat right here, guys. It's black with orange flake, got an orange tail on it. That is my all-time favorite slab curly right there. If you don't have that in the box right now, that's the beta choice. This is a new Wildcat color. And I'm gonna tell you, there's certain days I've had this on this spring. When it's real bright, sunshiny, they really like this color right here. It's one of my favorites.
the looking.
You got the looking, didn't you?
Yeah.
Easy this way a little bit.
Another slab, baby. Come here. You know. Nice fish.
Now I felt that one. Did you feel him? Did you have your hand on the board?
I don't even remember what I'm thinking. Grab the net.
Grab the net, huh? Be the net man, hey boy.
Yeah. Yeah, you call me hey boy. Hey, I'll be your hey boy anytime, you know. Just, I don't have a problem with that.
There you go, folks.
But I felt him.
I told you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did feel that fish.
Yeah, I did. I felt it.
Well, why did, Tommy, how did, you get hooked up with Gary, Legends of the Outdoors? You guys been friends a long time? Or?
I'm an outdoor rider. I've been an outdoor rider for many years and done television, outdoor television for a long time. And I was doing a project with Brenda Valentine, the First Lady of Hunting. She called me one day and she said, well, there's a guy over in Western Tennessee named Gary Mason, and you and he have a lot in common and you all need to hook up. And you know, when the First Lady of Hunting calls you and says, you need to call this guy, you probably better call that guy. She got Gary's number and Gary and I talked, and he asked me to come down to Tennessee, and so I did, and just instantly a bond like he was my best friend my whole life, you know. Then of course they invited me to come down to the Legends event that was scheduled sometime later, and I said, Gary, I know you don't know me very well, and I don't know you very well either, but I believe in what you're doing, and I believe that it's pure as the driven snow, and this is kind of going to be like getting married, okay? I'll commit the rest of my life to help you do whatever you need me to do and not ask anything in return. You just tell me, back to the hey boy. You just tell me what you want to do. And so through that, I wound up on the board of directors, and I'm the senior board of directors. Most of the people that are involved in the Legends of the Outdoors National Hall of Fame didn't start out to be the best in the world. They just wanted to do the best that they could do in what they were doing and help other people to enjoy what they enjoy. And Brenda Valentine said it really well, because someone said, what does it mean to be a legend of the outdoors? And Brenda Valentine said, when the drive that you have to help someone else becomes greater than the drive that drove you to accomplish what you accomplished, that's when the legends kicks in. That drive that, I'm not going to go out here and catch, 40 pounds of crappie today. I'm going to take someone else and let them catch some crappie today. When that drive is as strong there as it is. And she said, that's when the legends kicks in.
There you go. Not a very big one, but it's a fish. Time to grow up.
Hey folks, I want to tell you about a brand new reel and gun oil created by my friend Jeff Milam called 80 Below. Jeff, tell me a little bit about the product.
80 Below was a product that's built to really withstand Mother Nature. Anything it throws at it, minus 80 degrees on the cold side and up to 465 high side. Really, if you like to hunt cold weather or fish in cold weather, it's an excellent product.
80 below, gun and reel oil. You gotta have this if you hunt and fish.
Tommy, we are fortunate, man. This is God's country, in my opinion. We live on what we call the Big Four. We're on Sardis Lake today. You got Hernando, which just north of us here. You got Butler. It's in DeSoto County. Just south, you've got Enid, and just a little bit further south of that, you got Grenada. I think all four of those lakes are, in my opinion, the four best crappie fishing lakes in the nation. So that's what people come here for. Come here to fish. Yeah, it's just been able to, it's almost be able to pass on what I was taught by him and power trolling, he and Mom, and that was a technique to watch it evolve from when they started it and how they were fishing 40 years ago. And they were using 12-ounce weights. Can you imagine picking that pole up right there with a 12-ounce weight on it? Now, used to, I never see anybody doing it. I'd be the only one on the lake doing it, but now you see a lot of people doing it. Everything evolves. It's just like you were talking about earlier, technology and electronics and everything. It's just, it's been kind of cool being able to be kind of following in his footsteps and learning how to power troll and doing that sort of stuff and just helping the technique evolve into something a little bit better.
Folks, welcome back to Legends Outdoors TV. Abby, you and I fished last year with Les, and we had a great time. You had some questions you wanted to ask him about some of the things he's doing with his...
Yeah, Les, tell me a little bit more about your setup over there. You got some fascinating stuff.
Yeah, Abby, I'm real particular about the way I want everything the same if I can get it that way. And my mom, which is pretty cool, she gave me a sewing pad. And it's got you got all your inches on it and everything. And I can sit right there and measure everything out. I've gotten older and I have to have a magnifying glass, so I can kind of hold everything under it there. But I get over tie all of my, on rainy days like today, I'm tying, putting them on noodles, and I'll have hundreds of them made up and keep them in the boat. And
last time I fished with him, we broke a couple off, and boy, just in a second, he had those rods back up in the pole holders, and we was right off down the lake going again. And
well, this time of year, they don't, it's more of a reaction strike the way I fish anyway, but they don't want it quite as fast. So you can kind of adjust according to your speed, and I'm generally between 7 and 9 this time of year, enough to get the curly tail acting up, and it's just more of a reaction strike than anything.
One thing that I noticed that when we fished with you back in the fall, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you was using like a 1/16 ounce jig head, fin spin, you called it? And now you've gone to a 1/8 ounce jig head. What's the reasoning behind that?
In the fall, they like stuff a little smaller for some reason, so I kind of neck down a little bit smaller jig heads and baits and those sort of things. And this time of year, I can go to the 1/4 ounce. I run a 1/4 ounce jig head on bottom, fin spin on bottom, and I run an 1/8 on top. So I can run a little bit bigger stuff this time of year. And in fact, lots of times I'll go to 2/4 this time of year. So the fish they're aggressive. You get it in a strike zone, they're going to come after it. Well, you saw how aggressive they were yesterday.
Oh my goodness, yes. Well, when you open a crappie's mouth and there's a jig all the way down there in his throat and you have to dig it out, he really wanted that little lure, that curly tail. he wanted it.
Yeah, I think every fish we were really worried, even the small ones that we were catching, it was so deep that they just engulfed that thing. And that's Jeff Smith's crappie magnet slab curlies.
So we had on 2 fish at the same time.
Yeah.
When it got in a lull just for a few minutes, and then it turned on, and we was catching 2 fish at a time.
Yeah, yeah.
It was awesome, man.
I want to go with him when we're catching 2 fish on the same pole at the same time. That's when I want to be there. But we'll see you on the next episode of the Legends of the Outdoors TV. God bless, good hunting, and good fishing.